All right. I think I'm ready. Is the computer ready? Get rid of this page and go back to OBS so I can see what's going on. Gotta get all my ducks in a row here. And the audio is up. I'm not losing any frames as of yet, anyhow. All right. Gonna open this box up and see what goes on. Well, right off the bat on this roll, I'm gonna see if you can see this. On the very first roll I see here, there's a, come on camera, now wake up. All right, let me move the box, guys. Not too many watching right now, but I don't think there's anybody watching. 2 people. Very first box. Well, what the heck is going on with this brand new camera? Very first box, and we've got a foreign coin. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and open that right now and see what we've got. Maybe once I get it out, it might focus better. This is the new 920C, Logitech 920C camera. I'm not real super happy with it. Now let's see what that is. And it might help me if I have the right glasses too. Reach over here. I got organized, didn't I? Okay. This is a Bermuda. Bermuda 5 cents on the very first roll I opened. That's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah. I've not gotten any Canadian coins. Or, I'm sorry, any Mexican coins. I do get Canadian. I've got a $5 Bermuda coin in a box the other day. Now, I'm only looking for certain things tonight. Anything pre-60, of course. And I am going to be pulling out some other coins to scrutinize later on. I'm not going to do that now. Of course, it takes quite a while to go through a whole box of nickels. So I don't expect the viewers that do come in to stay here the entire time. And I won't even take time to scrutinize anything. I'll just pull the dates that I'm looking for. As I said, anything pre-60. And I'm going to pull out all the 75s, the 2008s, 14s, and 16s for double die. Check for a double die reverse error. And, of course, the 1956 is pre-60 anyhow, but they've got there's a triple error on that. There's a 46. Some of you who, I usually get more views after the live. I've got to start, I've got to build up my viewership. I get more viewers after the video has been posted, and I do market it a little bit on Facebook and Twitter. But those of you who don't know what a double die is, sometimes when the coins are stamped, they're striked twice with the die, and it causes the date or sometimes the entire one side of a coin to double the image. And some of them fetch pretty good penny. I have a friend of mine who picked up a 55 double die penny, a really, really super one, about 3 years ago, in searching his penny boxes. Lives in Arizona. He got a beautiful 55, and I think I think it sold on eBay for around, I'm not exactly sure. I know it was over $300, but for a penny. They're still in circulation. I don't think the mint knows exactly how many were minted. No, I like this better, just setting them aside and looking at them later, because I don't feel like scrutinizing tonight. I got to be careful I don't knock the camera over, and I got a big glass of lemonade next to it. That's all I need is to drop that lemonade on top of the camera, huh? But it's not a hard thing to do. You know, war nickels, 1943 through 45. Um, they're 35% silver, and I think in today's closing of silver, that nickel is worth, are we at 96 cents? I'd have to look. I didn't look at today's closing, but you know, people ask me. A couple other collectors on YouTube have asked me in the past, how do you get the nickel rolls open, or any of the rolls open so easily? And you know, I have to admit, I keep my fingernail, my thumbnail, at about an eighth of an inch long, and I can rip right into them. 57. I see a lot of the guys just, you know, they start the opening of the roll, but just by tearing each corner. And sometimes it doesn't work real good with the halves. You know, you got to peel both ends away with the halves. I like to get through the coins as quickly and as efficiently as possible. When you know what you're looking for, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time. 2,000 Canadian. Some people are collecting every Canadian they can get their hands on. I guess because it's another country, but they really aren't. They aren't worth a whole lot until you get back to the younger years. And I don't find too awful many newer Canadians. And when I say newer, I mean anything pre 1960. I don't even see many of them. It's rare that I do. And we're right around the corner from. Got to remember the 72 to pull out. We're right around the corner from Canada. We're only 70 miles, 72, 74 miles as the crow flies. Niagara Falls. I probably have mentioned that in other videos, I'm sure, because it seems I talk about the same thing. You know, I watch a lot of the guys coin roll hunting and got all gummed up. Everybody has a different method of doing it. I got to slow down because I think I missed a couple of 72s. I forgot that I'm going to be pulling all them out. Everybody has their own method. I did it this same way back in the 60s, but in the 60s we were yeah, pulling as many out as we were taking back to the bank. You know, whoops, 19 the 40s. Well, Buffalo nickels, a few occasional V nickel, Liberty nickel would be in circulation, and getting them from the parking meters is where we got our majority of coins. Actually, I think we got all of the coins that we searched through when I started in '66 in the from the parking meters. They were a pain in the butt because they were loose. Had to carry a bag, which you know wasn't a big deal. But we also had to roll them before bringing them back. So anything you take out, you got to replace with something. And as I mentioned in yesterday's or the day before's video, I've got a what the hell? Get out of there! I've got a really great bunch of people at the bank. I've got some canvas bags, and when I'm done searching whatever, excuse me, coins I'm searching, I throw them in the bag and I take them to the bank, and they roll them up. And while I'm there, I get another box of coins. I might skip a day or two a week. It gets tedious after a while, and I tend to get a backache from sitting here this long and bending over to look at the coins. Still a lot of fun. There's a 41 Philadelphia. You know what? I got to go over here. Just going to check and see if anybody's in the chat. And I don't have a clue why there's a delay on this. I don't have a delay on OBS, and I don't have a delay on YouTube, but for some reason it's got a delay. Unless it's just a lag between here and the internet and getting the signal out. 64s. 64 has also got a double die reverse. I do believe it's double reverse. I looked at a couple of them online, and I don't see it. You know, I like a double die to really be bold. And if you start looking at all the 64s, and they minted a billion of them, you're going to be, you probably, I don't know, I imagine the average collector, I seem to find at least, I would venture a guess and say 100 to 150 per box of 2,000 coins. It's the most minted coin of the 60s, of the early years. It's pretty cool though. The first coin I got was from Bermuda, an Ender, same exact size as our US nickel. This looks like a pretty slow box. This is my, well, maybe not. I pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think I'm on the 7th roll. But it seems like I'm averaging at least, I'm going to look at something real quick on this 64. Certainly don't see a double die. And I would imagine that the 64 would be the easiest double die to find still in circulation. 55 pennies are going to be tough, since it's so many years later, and collectors really hustle to get it out of circulation as much as possible. We don't know how many were minted, but the 64 nickel, I'm sure there's still a whole bunch of them out there. It just doesn't show the double die I like. The one I really like to find is the 1956 triple double die. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But the triple die, it's you can find a couple of really good pictures of it on Google. Really bold triple strike on the reverse, especially the unum in the nickel. I think all the lettering is triple, but the unum is extremely bold. You don't even need a strong magnifier to see it. But it's interesting that there still are as many coins out there as there are. They ought to make a chat where it can be a vocal chat. I suppose you can do that. There's a couple of different sites. Actually, you can have to pay a pretty good premium for that type of streaming. But if you've got something you can market that's gonna sell and you can advertise with, why not? This is just a hobby. This is more for enjoyment. And I've always liked coins. I do break it up. I don't just do nickels. I do everything. Dimes are around here. 3 or 5 boxes. I can't remember. I did a box quite a while back when I first started. I've only been doing this again for it'll be going into 4 months, and I've only found 2 U.S. dimes and a few Canadians. That's it. And silver, not a lot out there. And then I watched some of the YouTube videos, and I'm watching these guys find mercury after mercury, and it makes you wonder if it's just certain parts of the country where you'll find more, or are they Nah, nuts. I thought that was a 38. 58 Denver. We're closest to Philadelphia, but because the mintage of the 58 Philadelphia is only just over 7 million, it's not going to be an easy one to find in circulation anymore either. I was looking at them earlier. I just rolled up two rolls, two complete rolls of 58Ds in the past month and a half or so, and I've only got of that same start over collection. I've only got 3 in the tube for 58 or 4. I got one yesterday, 4 in 58 Philadelphia's. You know, that's another thing too. It's obvious that people are getting a little more, or people had been in the recent past even, had been getting more aggressive on some of the other dates of looking for double dies, because I find very few. I want to just check something real quick. I find very few 72Ds. I want to look at that. 351 million. And the only thing I'm looking for that is the misplaced. It's not a what am I saying? It's a misplaced double, or a misplaced D for Denver. It's right up on the date instead of underneath there. And whoops. They're 2005. What am I looking for? 814, yeah. And of course, the 16, looking for the double die, which, you know, is so minor. It's a little extra. I don't know. It's a little extra uh, above the door. There's a little an extra line above the door. Is that really that great of a double die? I mean, is it going to bring a premium? I see a lot of people are finding them, and I just don't. I don't see. You know, if you've got that many that have been found in circulation, you know, of course, the more you have, the less it's going to be worth. I don't want either one of them. There's gummy, sticky stuff on both of them. That looks like it should be like in the 40s. It's all worn. It's a 71. But, you know, just for giggles, I'll look at this. Okay, see, there's no. I'm looking at a 2016, and it's BU. It's really brilliant uncirculated. And I don't see that extra little bit of the double frame on the door. And if I find a couple of them, I'm probably just gonna. If I find a couple in one box, I'm not gonna pull them out, because they just doesn't seem likely it's gonna be worth much if you find them that quickly and that readily. This is a dry box, guys. I've only found one in the 40 so far out of 12 rolls or so. You know, that's what was happening with my very first box too. I thought, well, I probably won't do this very long, because there isn't much old in circulation anymore. The key dates are all gone, and the semi-keys, and that's when I found that 50D. And that really is a beautiful nickel. I was really amazed to find one in such good condition. You know, I mean, normally you gotta go to a dealer. Oh, look at that! Looky! It's a 1936. 1936 what? 1936 Philadelphia. And I'm on the live stream. I got to go to OBS so I can see how long this is going to take to. I can't. Well, I'm hoping it will focus. 1936 Buffalo. You know, that's only my second Buffalo since I started. Only second one from the boxes, and that's kind of cool. Found a lot of war nickels. 66 so far to date in 3 months. That's 20 a month. It's not saying a lot considering how many nickels I go through. I might go through 5 or 6 boxes a week. I'll skip a couple of days. I've actually gone through a couple a day here recently. Go to 2 different banks. We have several banks here in my town, in my hometown, and well, in my original hometown in Olean. I live in a small town outside of Olean, and I went to 14, don't I? And we've only got 2 banks in this town, both the same branch. I mean, both the same bank, I should say, 2 different branches. And then Olean has, I never counted them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11 counting the credit union. That's a good enough number, close enough anyhow. And none of them rarely have half dollars. Now there is some half dollars coming in to my main branch where I take all of my coin back. I got the last box today that they had that I hadn't seen. And of course everything I turned in there, they put back in a vault so they've got enough nickels. They won't need to order any. They generally order every day when they need something, but I keep them in stock after going through what I go through. But like I say, Friday, well Thursday, I'm going in Friday. There's going to be some halves in my main branch. I'm definitely going to get them. 40 Denver. Whoop-de-doo. Here's a 52, the year I was born. Is that a 52? No, 52D. It's a pretty good looking coin. It's just a circulated, average circulation with a little extra detail on it. It's not real bad, but it's also not worth much. You get a roll of them and hang on to them for a bunch of years, and later on down the road, they'll might be worth something if we even have any coin in that time. Who knows? It all depends on what's going on in the world. Oh, the they pick up the trash here, and I was out. I took an extra bag out one day, and trash person looked at me and said, "Have you been robbing banks?" Because I fold up, I crush break down. I should say I break down the coin boxes and put them out for recycling. And the first time that was asked of me, of course, I had to joke around and say I was following behind a Brinks truck, and a whole bunch of coin rolls fell out. I didn't want to tell anybody, so I picked them. I think it's a she, by the way, that picks up our trash. And I think she believed me for a minute there, and I had to explain to her what I'm doing. Hey, look at that! There's a war nickel, 1940. Oh, okay, 42. And I think earlier, I think I said between 1943 and 45. There's the light in here is awful. And there's a 42 Philadelphia war nickel. In typical shape, worn out. But it's silver, and it's, 96, 98 cents today. I don't turn them in. This is grandkid stuff, basically. When I depart, I gotta look at this one. It looks like, um, it would be something for them to hopefully not go out and buy candy bars with, that they can put aside, and maybe they'll be worth something as they become adults. Maybe they won't. I'm sure silver will always be worth something. The older coins, You think about it, when I was a kid, and I started when I was 14, and pulling out all those, who ate that with a jackhammer? Pulling out all the the wheats and the Indian heads, which you still got in circulation in the 60s. Not a whole lot, but they were there. I don't think I'd be out of line if I were to say we found two or three a bag, two or three a box, same thing bag, with with $50 worth of pennies. It was one of those, I don't know, one of those grease errors, and I don't know about them either exactly. Another 2005 to look at. I don't know. I don't know about them. Another. Hey, look at that! There's another war nickel. 43 Philadelphia. I'll hold it back. I'm sorry about the focus, guys. This doggone camera. Maybe it's the lighting, but I do have a bright light right above it to shine on the coin. But so that's two war nickels out of maybe 16 rolls or so, 15 rolls. That's my average per box. Now, I did get 7 out of a box 3 or 4 boxes ago. So I said I had a good feeling about this box. Let's see if it continues. 38. I got two 39Ds out of the boxes recently. And I'd like to have another 39S. I did find one. It wouldn't be bad to find another 50D, but the war nickels are definite investment with the silver. Finding two this early, it makes you wonder when you have a box that you don't find any 60D. Do you know about the 60? So many varieties of the 60D that has the 60 has got the zero is connected to the rim, a CAD error, and that was one. I think that was really the only, other than the 55 double die, the only error that I looked for back in the 60s. Found quite a few of them. I've got, maybe I've found 6 or 7 since I started. Pretty good line, pretty good connection to the rim. But again, if they're not circulated, they're not really. Oops, sorry. Not all that wanted. If they are, they're just not expensive. I get a kick out of looking at some of the listings on eBay. I've been looking at silver certificates lately, and I don't know what somebody was thinking. They're worth about $1.25. 57 silver certificates on average. Hey, look at that, 2009. That's something I do not find. I just don't find them. I don't think I found. That's 13 or 14 or something like that in 3 months. Of course, the mintage is only 35 million. But I see these listings on eBay, and I saw 5 choice, really nice. The guy had them listed at extra fine, $1 certificates, and just before closing on the bidding, he didn't have an opening on it. Excuse me. Just before the closing, they were at 1070 or something like that, and below it there was a listing for 4 silver certificates, 1957, not consecutive, even though that really doesn't bring up their value much. 1940D, and he had them listed for $350. Buy now, $350. Can Can somebody explain to me what he's got there? They were just your average uncirculated 1957 silver certificate. They're not worth $350, but maybe maybe it's just somebody that uh, inherited a collection and doesn't know anything about money. None of us know everything. Oh, look at this. It's off centered, but like 2%. Nah, I don't want it. It's got a pretty broad rim on one side. I'd say maybe 3% at the most at the outside. Not worth hanging on to. I suppose if you had maybe 40 of them, get a roll of them, and they're 2 or 3% off, you think somebody might want them, just as kind of like poor man off centers or something, just like the poor man double die. There was one of them listed today. Two listed on eBay I saw today. One was beautiful double die penny. The whole date was just stamped twice. And another one, another 64 that looks like it should be a 44. Oh, I wish it was. And then there was a poor man's double die. The last five was very, very prominently doubled. And it was going for a good price at the time I saw it. I think it was around 52 bucks or something. And it's a nice looking coin. Uh, But I'm waiting to find that one, hit you in the face error that just makes you stop and look, like the 50D did the day I found that 50D. I mean, that was just insane. 46 Philadelphia. I don't know how many people are gonna. I'm gonna give people time to. Let's try for some silver and buffaloes. Who is that? Somebody else is all $half make you holler. How you doing out there, Paul? If you do see this video, if you do watch it, I will ask you, and it's probably too late to ask you now because most people don't watch an entire video. Tell you to share it, if you would. Get my channel out there. Always going to have giveaways. At least once a week, going to be a giveaway. I'm not going to give $100 or a $50 coin away, but like tonight, I'm giving a full date buffalo and a war nickel. And just for, watching for a few minutes and typing the comment that I ask you to type, you get a silver nickel and a buffalo nickel. Take the buffalo nickel and give it to a friend or a family member as a present. Hang on to the silver, or give it to one of your family member or friend coin collectors. So whatever you want to do. But another one of them grease errors, as they call them. They're pretty easy coin to spot. I don't particularly want to hang on to them myself, but I'll pull them out. Look at that. 1951, it's all chewed up. No good. Okay. I don't know, the errors are all interesting. Some people collect certain errors. Look at that. You know what? That's really strange. What did I say on the 72D? 365 million were minted. And so far, I found one. So maybe that is another coin that was pulled out of circulation. But even then, if they check them and see they're not double dyed, you think they'd go back into circulation. I find every other year in here. For a long time, I was finding the 2000 Philadelphias, a lot of them with full steps. I had mentioned that previously, like they were hoarded possibly and then thrown into circulation all at once. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that you would find so many. There's one right there. I flip it over. It's got full steps. It has no wear on the pillars, on the steps. Uh, the hairline is the the lines itself within the hair is a little bit worn, but I pulled out. I hand selected two bead rolls and pulled them out and just hang on to them. Only because of the fact that I did find so many. They're already 17 years old. I know they made millions of them, but just the same. There's another one. Down the road, 30 or 40 years, uncirculated coins always bring a premium. It takes a little longer. That's a really nice 56 Denver. And that's the one that's got the triple die. And this is not one of them. I wouldn't expect it to be. One can hope. I wonder what some people do with coins. They just they've got so many strange reactions with certain chemicals and such. And I found a nickel the other day. It looks like somebody took a Dremel tool to it and were trying to eliminate all of the detail. The Monticello and Jefferson both were pretty much annihilated on the coin, and then they went around the edge and it looked like they tried to put a particular design on it. Probably just somebody sitting in their shop wanting to mess around with something and threw a nickel up. Yeah, I'm not finding any 72Ds at all. Not but the one. Oops. I do, well, like I said, I do pull out particular years that I'll look for errors, and I know there's probably errors on other coins, just like the offsetters. Just once in a while, one or two of 1 year will get through the mint. And there's 30, 40 or more percentage off, but I don't see the real point in. Wow, I got a lot of nickels laying out here. There really is quite a few. There's probably, I'd say 50 already, and that's way ahead of what I normally do. But these are, like I say, I'm going through those error coins too, so probably the majority of them will go back in the box. Huh? It's a weirdo. Just kind of chewed up. Somebody hit it with a ice pick over and over or something. $2005. Anybody find one? Anybody find the 2005 three-legged or broken die with the leg not attached to the buffalo? I have a couple that look like they. Huh, they might be, but yeah, I'm the kind that I really do want to have a major break, where it's clean off. It's a weird looking 64. You see enough of them, you don't even want to see them anymore. So how many people go through boxes every day? If there's anybody that's listened up to this point. 40 minutes. 40 minutes on this already. I'm not halfway through the box of it, I don't think. Oh, I'm on the, wow, 21st box, or 21st roll right now. I got 29 rolls to go. Maybe I won't do this all in one sitting. And I'm going to do it anyhow. Really nice 95. Looks like it's got full steps. Let's see. What the heck? Some of these coins are just strange looking. One thing, my eyes are getting kind of weak. Got to look through the bifocals to see the coins. I can see the dates okay. And I can see the coin actually, but looking for the error takes a little better vision. So, and I've been trying to find a really decent magnifying glass. There's so many, and they're all 2 or 2.5 times power. And that really isn't worth much. I've been told, I don't know, I've been told that 7 power is the best. That's the best choice you can have on magnification. Of course, this jeweler's loop here is 25 power, and it's not a triplet, so it blurs the edges when you pull away a little bit. It does show all the detail pretty good, but you got to stick with Carter Bauschenlam. Stay with a good name. I got this off of eBay. It's just a 20 power. I'm sorry. It's got the LED here. It's got 2 LED lights that'll blind you. Geez, they really will. So, when you're looking at coins with that darn thing, and you got the lights hitting the coin and bouncing back into the magnification, it's like looking at the sun. It's more annoying than it is anything else. And if you're done looking for 10 or 12 seconds, you look away, you can't see nothing for 5 minutes anyhow until your eyes adjust. So, just trying to find out. I had one back in the day, and it was tabletop, and I think it was maybe 6 inches, 6 by 4 inches or something like that, and it was just the right height above the coins to magnify them so you could really, really see the detail very clearly, as long as you're on a flat. And it was glass too. It wasn't plastic like so many of these junky ones are today. I went to Walmart. They didn't have nothing. They had one magnifier in there that was, I think 5 and 10. It had it was a 5 power with the 10 little, what do you call that? The extra magnification, the little dot there. And it was plastic. I don't want anything plastic. And I've looked at the Bauschenlam ones, and that's probably what I'm going to go ahead and grab here pretty soon. That's the most common 50 coin I find is the 54. Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, doesn't matter, but mostly Philadelphia, Denver. But that's the most prominent 60 or 50 50s coin that I find. And 40s, I think it would be I'd give anything for this camera to see this. Let me get up a second and go to my OBS software. See if I can. Yeah, I made it lag for a second there. I'm going to try and get this in there. There's a 60. And you see the 0 there? It's got that. It's got the cat ear, and is the six connected too? That's a good one. That's really filled. That's really filled in good on that zero. Come on, focus. Get everything in the background out of there and focus on the nickel. See that? See that in there? There's your 1960 error. That's a pretty good one. That's a decent one. Sometimes you'll find them with a whole lot more uh, big clump of junk between the rim and the zero, but that's a pretty decent one. And occasionally, when you have that, there's also more metal to the left side of the rim over by. Well, the few that I've seen is right between and on the G, on the D. I'm sorry, on the D of God, and in between the D and the W. Seems like that's where it seemed to be affected on most of the ones that I saw. But the zero is, I think I read 44 different varieties, which is silly. You know, it's excuse me. It's the same error with with more or less uh, of that error. I don't know. You know, I don't know what I would do if I broke my thumbnail. I think I'd have a fit. I wouldn't be able to open these rolls so easily. Who is it out there that I was going to yell at him one day watching his videos? He opens them with a screwdriver. Don't do that. You know, I know you're careful and all that, but you know, someday you're gonna open one and just happen to be on a key coin. You know, you might find a key Franklin that you're gonna dig into. Of course, I would suspect if he sees a Franklin on the end, he's not going to use a screwdriver anyhow. I sure as heck wouldn't. Now that's what I'll be doing here mostly tonight, is going through looking for errors. Got a lot of error dates here. The 2008, 14, and 16. There's another 40. That's what I was starting to tell you, that I think the 40 and 41 probably equally. Probably the most common 40s that I find. And 46 too. 46 is a real common find in the boxes. I want another 50D. Even average circulation. I'll throw it right up on eBay. I won't even keep it. I am going to keep the one that I found, because that is no less than extra fine. It probably is AU. The steps aren't complete. They're not bold. Well, they're bold for what isn't worn, but the steps are pretty good. And still can't believe I found it. I'm gonna go back to YouTube, make sure this is still going okay. Now I'm gonna take a sip of my getting warm lemonade. Oh, all the ice melted and it's all water on top. That's what you get for talking. Nuts. So much for the 72s. That's the one coin I was really going to look forward to trying to find. You know, I'm tossing these nickels 10 or so at a time. About, I don't know, I guess that's 14, 16 inches from me. I don't miss the box. I never miss the box. I'll sometimes bump something here and drop one, but it seems like I always grab 10 to 11 coins, sometimes 12. But it's okay. This is only, what is this? This is Monday, so yeah, this is Monday. Doesn't matter. This is it's my first box this week, and I'll go in tomorrow and get another one. And probably on Wednesday, Thursday, I'll call and see if the halves came in. If they didn't come in, they will be there Friday. But if when they do come in, I'm gonna probably, like I said, they have to. You have to order halves. I didn't order them. Somebody else did, a merchant, and they don't want all that they ordered. I guess they said, "Can you send them back or whatever?" I really don't know the whole thing, but of course the bank's gonna take them, and whatever they don't want, I'm gonna grab, go through them, and take them back. I find another one. Let's see, now here's a 60. Well, I don't really need to show it to you. There's a 60. It's not connected to the rim. The zero's got plenty of space between it and the rim. Well, there you go. There's my second 2000. Is that 2009? Yep. Second 2009 Philadelphia in this box. My first, and I can be sure of this. I'm sure of the numbers. My first 10 boxes. My first 20 or 20,000 coins. I didn't find one. Not one 2009. Not a single one. And then the first box that I found in there, I found 4. And there's a 72 on B there. I'll look at it. No. Nope. The second box that I found in there, I found 2, and then I found 4 again. And now it's just kind of like a random miss and hit. Those are the only 3 boxes where I found more than 1. Except this one now. I found 2 in this one too. But pulling all of these 2014 or 2008s and 2008s, 14s, and 16s, looking for the double frame on the door. Is it worth it? I'm pretty sure even those who watch this are not going to watch the whole thing, even when they do it, because they sit down and watch it at a later date. And maybe I should just chop these up into small things and turn them on when I find something and turn them off when I'm still looking. But I watch people's full videos. I watch Paul on his channel. And sometimes he has a live feed, and he'll go for a couple hours. I'll watch the whole thing, or I'll at least sit there and listen to it while I'm maybe doing something else on the computer or even writing. Which I don't do that too much because it does confuse me. Got one guy, one young kid on a motorcycle. The speed limit here is 30. I'll tell you, one of these days I feel like throwing a rope across the road when he goes by, because there's a lot of kids on the street too. He zoomed by here one night about, I don't know, when he went by it was just a blurry. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with this coin over here, but I'm going to show you the back of it, and then oh geez, I don't know what that is. And I'm sure it's going to be something. It's a 59 or newer or older. I'm sorry. It's got a D mint mark, and that thing is just, it's full step. Well, pretty darn close. It's a 59 or newer, or older, because the D is on the back. And I'm gonna back to OBS here. What is wrong with my computer? It doesn't want to give me my taskbar. I got it. Hang on a second here. Yeah, the computer's too far from where I'm working. All right. Well, that was smart. I just opened the wrong thing. I want you to see this with me, whatever it is. Or I want you to see it and I'll let the camera focus it till I see it. I have no clue. Here's the back of it. Look how nice that is. Now I'm going to flip it over and see what the heck this is. Oh, it would be nice to be something really... to 59. Well, 53. 50. That 3. That 3 looks pretty gosh darn. Wait a minute here. Was there a 53 DDO? Does anybody know? I'll look it up. I don't think there was. Anyhow, it's a 53 D, and it's in really super nice shape. Really nice shape. It's not just bright, it's got detail to it. Set up at the top there. See, every once in a while you find something really nice. Of course, it's not worth a whole lot, but wow. My lemonade really got watered down now. That's the kind of thing you like to see, though. You know, you see the back of a coin, and it's new, it's older, and so that's what. Now the 50D was not like that. I saw the 50 on that when I flipped it, and when I flipped it over and saw the D, I just stared at it for probably 20 seconds. I just couldn't believe it was a 50D. I think I have it pretty readily available in a book. Let me see. Well, these are mostly proof coins. This is all proof coins in this book here. Which means maybe it's in this other pile. I think these are all Buffalo nickels. Oh, there it is. There it is. I don't know why it's in this stack over here. I haven't gotten everything together, I guess. But here's the 50D that I found in a box. Because you got to really wipe out all of the other background for this camera to wake up and smell the roses. This I found in a box. This is come on. Oh, holy cow. There we go. This has got a 20 step on this camera for focusing. I'm sending it back to Logitech. I've got a warranty on it. I tell them I don't like it. You can all be witnesses too. Anyhow, that's the 50D I found. Really, maybe he just doesn't want to focus on the back. There you go. It's a nice shape. First box I did. First box I went through when I started, and that's just a rarity here. I found several 50Ds back in the 60s, but I don't ever remember finding anything in that good a shape. Might have found a couple or more in very fine condition. I don't even think I ever found one extra fine. I would remember. I remember everything we used to do, and we put them on the auction block most of the time. I did save an awful lot. Silver dollars, Walking Liberty quarters, or Standing Liberty quarters, and Walking Liberty halves, silver dollars, and basically key coins was my main interest back then. I wasn't into the pennies and nickels all that much, but it was easier, you know. It was a little less expensive too. And then some coins it was more expensive back then than they are now. Everything changes. Just like, just like sports cards. I used to collect a lot. Baseball, basically baseball. Did the other sports too. Used to collect them by the truckload. Here's a 2001, and it's definitely BU. There's hardly any marks at all on it. And the thing about the newer coins, why does this thing not focus on the back of a coin? When well, for goodness sake, I'll throw it out and add it to a roll. That's definitely BU. It's, can I say, choice uncirculated, as many do. Real nice coin. But as being in a roll of BUs, maybe it's worth $2.40. I don't know. I'm the kind of person that will not try and get a premium. I picked up a few coins on eBay, and I got them from some pretty reputable dealers, and they don't charge an arm and a leg, and I don't. I won't do that. I had the heck happened to you? I had a roll of 45 Philadelphia uncirculated nickels years back, and I'd put a couple up on the auction in it was the Portville Coin Club. It was held in a different location, and I was voted in as the auctioneer when I was 15. I started collecting when I was 14, but I had a roll of 45 Philadelphia nickels, and they were Gem BU. Beautiful roll of nickels. And I don't remember. I don't remember what the book value, the Kraus book, I think is what we used back then, was the Kraus. But they were selling for probably 35-40% under blue book value. It's not a big deal. I got it for a decent price. I mean, a really decent price. I didn't gouge anybody. They didn't gouge me. They just said, you know what? You just started. I'm going to give you a good deal, and you can do what you want with them. And he was in the club too. Matter of fact, I think the guy bought an auction, or he bid on a couple and got them back. And he got them for about the same price as what he gave them to me for. So neither one of us lost. But some of these guys just put too much emphasis on the dollar bill when they're trying to sell. And you got to make a profit. That's what it's all about. A lot of people just collect to collect, like I do. I don't care about myself making a profit. Like I said, it's going to be for grandkids when I'm gone. That's about 2% off. Got a fat rim up on the top, 77. But this is fun. It can be boring too. Oh, was I saving that? No, I wasn't saving that. Holy cow, I still got a lot of nickels to go through. Got to keep watching the feed to make sure it doesn't go haywire on me. It's been pretty good. Every once in a while I see where it stops. The audio doesn't. I bet that's going to be a Philadelphia on the end. I bet you anything. It's 49 Philadelphia. But seems like it's been doing pretty good throughout the videos that I've made. I got a nickel. I got to have somebody else look at it. I guess I'm just not bright enough to understand it. It looks like it's got a what would you say, like a bracelet ring around it, like somebody that had it on a bracelet. But I checked it really thoroughly, and I don't see anything where the chain might have been connected. Do I have it close by? Where a chain may have been connected. There's a whole see, there's a whole bunch of junk laying out here, big piles of coins, and there's the first silver. I mean, the first halves that I was looking for. Will you focus, you big stupid camera? I got a 92, a 95, and two 95s, a 92, and a 65. Kennedy half. Those four came out of 5 rolls. The first 5 rolls I found in this town. Like I said, you can't get them. But anyhow, this nickel had like a ring. But the closer I look at it, it looks like it's just part of the nickel, like it was uh, like the nickel was punched harder, was minted harder into the planchet, and I don't know if it's that or if it really does have a loop around it. I can't tell, but even with the jeweler's loop, I can't distinguish a beginning and end to the coin and that rim. It looks like it's one piece, so maybe it's one of those. What the heck? I don't know what it is. What do they call that? I run out of stuff to talk about. I think I probably said the same thing over and over several times. Okay, I tell you what, it's time to find a. It's time to find in the next 2 rolls a 38 or 9. I don't care about the minutes right now, but it's time to find one of them, and hopefully it will be up, obverse up, so we can turn it over and find a D. Or what did I just do? I just dropped the junk that I was about to throw back in the box. I don't think I've ever done that before. Not right on top of my coins that I'm holding. There's one more. No, that's okay. I guess that's all I dropped. But it's time to find something from 39 or 38 or 39 mint mark. Come on. It's going to happen. 2 war nickels, a AU 53D, a Bermuda, Elizabeth II Bermuda, 5 cent, 2000, year 2000. My garbage bag's filling up over here with. I didn't get a new one before I started this. Last week total, I went through 10. So 10,000 and then 13 more rolls I got from the grocery store because I was having withdrawals after going through everything I got from the bank. Of course, the banks here aren't open on Saturdays at all, and Sundays. Whoa! I'm gonna try this one more time with this goofy camera. This is a 72D. You see where the mint mark is? Way down by Jefferson's ponytail. Well, in the die variant, that mint mark is right up, almost hugging the date. And I've seen that in AU to uncirculated condition. I've seen that coin for 50 and 60 bucks. I don't know. If it's worth that, I would have to have it. If I had one, I would have it graded professionally. Some of these, what I think are grease-filled die errors, I don't know. So if I'm not entirely sure, I'll set it aside. But if it looks like it's borderline, I'll just throw it back in the box. Because it seems like I've got about 7 or 8 of them today already. Holy cow. And I forgot that when I'm live, when you come on, you're seeing right where I'm at. You don't have to start from the beginning. I was thinking of, why couldn't you have been a 50? If you can go to 51, why can't you go to 50 and drop down a year? Philadelphia, I bet you. Yep, 51 Philly. One of these days, I may pull out some of these 64s, but the double die, the DD, excuse me, R's that I've seen are very minor. And if those are the ones that are the example of the double die, I don't want any. They don't, not for me anyhow. They don't look that special. It looks like the two that I looked at last night just looked like a little shadow, slight shadow around the date. And that doesn't seem like a double die to me. A double die is like the 55, like the 56D nickel that's got very, very aggressive doubling, or in the case of the 56, it's tripling, and it's just amazing, amazing looking coin. I really would have a problem if I didn't, because I can't do that. I can't do that. Pull it from the corner and pull the wrapper open that way. I like to just split it wide open and get it done. It seems like I'm finding more coins pre 2004 than I am the newer coins. I don't like the newer coins. They're cheap looking. They really are. They're chintzy. When you're looking at the back of them, even though they have full detail and they have full steps when they're on circuit, like this one, it just looks like it's made out of tin. I mean, cheap. I don't know. I don't like them. They're ugly. I thought that said 2018. I was going to say, now look at here. How is this possible? Somebody in a mint ought to do that some year. Make a die and then throw out some of the following year in the first month of minting. Wouldn't that be something? Didn't that happen with the 1804 silver dollar? Not the 1804, but didn't that happen with something? Some coin. The next year came out before that year came. Kind of like the cars, huh? I want to buy a 2000. Excuse me. Buy a 2018 car, you can get it in the middle of 2017. That's stupid too. Oh, now that's a very old looking coin. Very old. Very old. It's somewhere around I'd say later than 46. And it's a 99. Some of them don't make it very long, do they? Some more of them 2000s, and I got a weird roll the other night. I opened it up, and there was, what, four from the 40s, and two, I think, from the from like 56, 57, all in the same roll. And you know, these are all rolled by Loomis. And here we go. That's the same year that I find the most in the 40s, 40D. That seems to be the most prominent 40 coin. The 63 almost looks like a double die. Oops, get over there. How come all of them happen to be upside down when I take them out of a roll? The majority of them are upside down. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I do believe one of my nickels got scattered. I don't see it. I think I have a loose one. It didn't hit the box. The box is getting full, so it's more likely that I'm gonna have one bounce out. $59. Oh, gum. Somebody must have put that nickel in their mouth while they were chewing bubble gum. Some little kid hiding it from his brother. So what do you think? That 50D that I found, uncirculated, or pretty close to it, was that something that had been in circulation all these years? Of course not, I don't think so. Was it something that came, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coins, 9 nickels, 9 of them. Only one of them is facing up. Only one obverse, the rest are all reverse here. That's why my fingers get so black. They don't get black from just touching them or holding the coins. They get black from having to flip them. Another 2,000 uncirculated, or it would appear to be. And it's got a couple of stains on it, so it's no good. Three-legged buffalo. I keep reading. Again, I saw something else again that says that the 2005 die break and the separated leg is very common. Well, I don't know what, you know, I've looked at so many different varieties of it. One looks like geez, look at all these I've held out this time. I never hold that much junk out. So many of them just look like a gray area. Doesn't look like it's completely gone. I mean, you look at the 37 buffalo nickel, you know, and that poor buffalo had his leg chopped off. But the other is a separation from the body, and it's not impressive to me. Not all that impressive. It's a nice looking coin when you get one. There's a 72D. No, it's way down there. I'm going to find one. I'm going to find a 72D with the mint markup hugging the date. Be nice to have. I don't think it's worth anything. Is it 89 Canadian? I'll throw it out because that guy is still collecting Canadians, and I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't remember, but I can't remember the last year they stopped making them out of pure nickel. Was that? Look at it. There's another 2009. Now that's 3. Was that in 86? They stopped making them out of nickel. You know, it would be nice if they would allow us, and it was cost effective to melt pennies. Look how much copper is right now. Pennies before 1982, at the price of copper, $1 will get you $1.70 or $1.72 or whatever it is. There's another 72, and guess what? Huh? I'm going to set it out. I'm sure this camera doesn't want to listen to me. Yeah, it does. It's a little closer, or is it? I'll set it aside. I'll set it. Uh-oh. What did I do with that other one? I had that one coin set out. Oh, good God. I hope I didn't pick it up when I picked up the ones I dropped and threw it in the box. I don't even remember what the heck it was. Jeez. If anybody remembers what it was I set aside, say something. Write it in the comments. Send me a message, or a smoke signal or something. I don't know what the heck it was. I set something up above the pile I'm saving. And I don't remember what coin. Oh, never mind. It was the. No, it wasn't. It was at 53D. And I'm not going to go through this. If it's not in that pile, I'm not going through this box to look for it. Jeepers creepers. And I don't see it. There it is. There it is. It's back in the pile. I'm going to set it up here with that 72. I got too many loose coins hanging out that don't have a purpose right now. I have to go through them. And are you getting weary? I am. Shall we take a break? Put on a song or two and where'd it go? Well, this 2015 just turned into a 2014 before my eyes. So my eyes must be getting weary. 2 war nickels so far. One more would be great. There's another 60. Let's see if our zeros now got a gap, but it's still a 60, so I'll hang on to it. Pre-60 is what I keep. So I found one 60 today that has the cut error. I don't probably expect to find another one. There's a 38. Sometimes the 5 looks like a 3. I don't know if it does to you guys, but it does me. 58 Philadelphia, or 58 Denver. Let me go over there. Well, if I find these errors, the extra, is it the frame of the door on the 8, 12, or 14 and 16? If that's what, I'll get a roll of them and stick them on eBay and see if anybody even bites it. I bet you they don't. Oh, maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they will. I think I've seen them on there for all kinds of prices. You see them. You see one error uncirculated, and they're starting the bidding out at $6, and then you see the same error on another coin of the same condition, and they started out at $25. You know, everybody's got their opinions. I'd rather just maybe trade with somebody something I'm looking for something they need, or you know, along those lines. The only thing I would really sell. I wish everybody would get together and take all these 64s out of circulation. The only thing I would really sell is you know, like, since I'm not back into this to complete sets and stuff, I'm 65 years old. I'm not going to collect it, you know, and be happy and look at them 10 years from now. I won't even know what the hell kind of coin I'm looking at. Um, I'm not going to go back and you know, put them all aside to look at. It's like I say, it's for grandkids. It's for their future. It's as a gift, whatever you want to call it. Future in this country, this world, we don't know what it is. There's one of them grease things. I'm going to set it aside and let somebody else tell me if it really is that, because it sure looks like it. Looks like somebody, what is with this tape? People taping nickels to the inside of greeting cards lately, or what? The only thing I would sell, and I started to say that 5 minutes ago before I interjected 4 other thoughts, would be, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't, because I've got several uncirculated early coins, and I'm not selling them. so maybe I wouldn't sell nothing. I got a lot of buffaloes. Not a lot, but a friend of mine. And I'm going to throw his name out there. I'm going to give him a shout out. Friend of mine I went to school with, graduated with. He lives in Colorado, and we talk on Facebook and everything. And he sent me a couple of really nice. I can't get to it right now. I know where it is. I mean, it's over here. He sent me a beautiful. Here's a 41S. Sent me a hand carved picture of me. Well, not a picture of me. A hand carved uh, wooden caricature of me sitting behind my drums, and I sent him a. He likes he wears these goofy. I hope I don't offend anybody. He wears these goofy safari hats. So I got a really nice one and sent it to him. And why am I talking about this? Because I was talking about Buffalo Nickels. Anyhow, one day, he sent me a message on Facebook and said, I'm going to send you a whatever, just a surprise. And here I get this package in the mail, and it's kind of heavy. And I thought, what the hell is this? A small package, but it was heavy. And it seemed like it had something inside that moved a little bit. And this is what got me going. Now that I think about it, I can blame Mike because he's the one that, Mike Fye, Fye from Colorado, lives in, boy, do I feel stupid right now. What's the name of the place where Stephen King writes about all the time? Ah, my God, I can't think of the name of the city. But Mike lives in Colorado, and he sent me an extremely well taped bubble wrap pack of Buffalo Nickels. And I do believe there was 72 Buffalo Nickels in there. And I thought, what the hell are you doing? A friend of his got him interested in coin collecting, and he said, you need to collect the hobo nickels. So he started doing that, and he got disinterested because his favorite pastime and hobby, he's retired also, is woodworking. He has made some remarkable objects out of wood. He's very handy with his hands and makes some great stuff. Oh, I thought I had another buffalo. His he and his wife. I think his wife works part time, just probably to get away from him. But he sent me the buffalo nickels, and that was the nicest thing. And I don't think he's watching right now. I don't even know if anybody's watching right now. But I'm going to send him out a few loaves of salt rising bread from Angelica. There's all kinds of places around here that make salt rising bread, but he likes Angelica. It's the original, and I'm going to pick up a couple loaves and send that to him. Of course, I'll have to 2-day it so it doesn't get stale. Even though salt rising bread tastes just as good stale as it does fresh. Smells like dirty socks if you're not familiar with it. Really does. Salt rising bread is the bread of like Limburger cheese. Really good though. Really tasty bread. Why I'm talking about bread? I guess because I'm talking about Mike Fye and the Hobo Nickels, and he's a good friend. Not because he said the Nickels. He was always a good friend ever since 7th grade, and that was back in 1874. So that's been a while. I'm weary of looking at these new coins from 2005 up. They just look so darn chintzy. But I guess, the government's got to save money. If they can't save enough, they'll just tax everybody else to get it back. It looks like to me what I'm feeling, I said about 4 rolls ago, oh, we're going to find a 38 or 39, or Denver or San Francisco. That didn't happen. So I think it's still going to happen because it's time. It's been a while since I found one, and I found 2 more nickels in this box within the first. I got 7 rolls left, guys. Within the first, I can't remember. I say the first, what did I say? 16, 16 rolls, 15, 17? The first, not that many rolls. So 2 more nickels, which is my average. I'm happy with that. Of course, I wouldn't mind finding a few more, but that's okay. Maybe the next box will produce them. Sure would like to find that 56 triple die. That would be a real nice coin. Now, that one I would sell. Now, I would sell that. I'd stick that on eBay or sell it to a private party of other collectors I know. I don't think I'd hang on to that. It would just turn into searching money anyhow. I was talking to a friend of mine, yes, today, and he knew he lives out of state, out of New York here, and he said he knew I was collecting coins and how much do you go through? And I told him it varies, 5 to 1,000 a week, and he thinks I spend that kind of money. He thinks I'm investing $500 to $1,000 a week in coin. Well, I would have the biggest vault around, wouldn't I, if I did that? But even though I explained to him what I do is I get the coin at the bank and I go through it and keep out what is collectible, and then I take the rest back to the bank. Yeah, but still, you're spending $500 to $1,000. He didn't get it. He doesn't comprehend. So I told him. I've known him for a long time, but I told him nicely that I just hope that you never get involved in this because I don't know. He would probably get $500 worth of coins and then take out what he wanted and throw the rest away. What does he think I'm doing with it? You don't keep it. You deposit it, and I use the word deposit, so he should understand that I take it back to the bank. Whew. This is backbreaking sometimes. I'll update what I'm doing. I say pre-1960s. I pull out pre-1960s. And tonight also I'm pulling out any 72Ds, 2008, 14, and 16s to search for any double dies which might be available. And they are readily available, and they can be a good investment, and they can be a good extra few dollars depending on the grading and the condition of the double die. There's an 84 nickel. I know that's nickel. Excuse me. What are you, 2016? I'll pull out the 2016s, 8s, and 14s and look for double dies above the dome. And if there's nothing there, they go back in circulation, as does anything in the 72D or 56D or the 2005 die error break on the Buffalo's leg. Somebody said something about the Buffalo's ding dong too, that it was bigger on some nickels than the other, and I don't even care. Nope, I thought it was another 60. It was a 66 with the top of the 6 pretty light. I'm really surprised I haven't found more errors of some kind. Not so much off center by more than 5%, but I know there are die. What do you call it? My brain's not working right now. When you flip a coin over this way and it's not straight. curved. It's twisted. It's geez. You know what I'm talking about. Here's a 53 Denver. Die rotation. Die rotation. You know how much time it would take to look at all the nickels and look for die rotation and look for the errors, all the good errors. It would probably take 5 to 6 hours. I don't know. For me, it would probably take 5 to 6 hours to go through 2,000 nickels. Okay, look at this. There's 4 rolls left. How long we've been doing this? How come my OBS software doesn't tell me how long I've been on? How's my CPU? 6% frame drop frames? That's an awful lot. What's going on there, Internet? 6% is a lot. It really is. I generally don't get more than 2%. I hope it's going okay. I know it will stop. The video stops, but the audio doesn't. The audio continues, and all the jeez, they're all upside down. The audio does continue most of the time. It's going to take me just as long to scrutinize these coins with a magnifying glass, looking for that little extra piece of whatever garbage over the Monticello. What is the right pronunciation of the dome? 30? I gotta look at it twice. Here's a 39. This is the second 39 in this box. See if the camera can believe me. There's focus. Okay, there's the 39. I'll flip it right over here. And it's a Philadelphia. Damn it. Well, what I said was going to happen, I think that would have been the one that it was going to be. Hey, I know this camera won't show this. Where's my light? I think I'm pretty sure I got one of the. Sure looks like I've got a 64 double die here, and it's really in good shape, so I can see the lettering really nice. And the double die is only on the reverse. Look at this a little better. Yeah, I think it is. I'll set that aside, and I'll see if I can't get a microscope, a USB microscope, to take a better look at it, get a picture of it. Oh my God, there's another 39. 59. I'll see if I can get a better picture of it, and I'll post it in a later video. It does look doubled. It does look quite doubled. This is a 20 power loop. It's not a triplet, so it's, when you pull away a little bit from the optimum focus, it gets a little blurry. You get what you pay for, guys, when you want good equipment for you check your coins. I guess you need to actually spend the extra, I don't know, for a good loop. They seem to be right around 30, 35 bucks for a really good one. You buy these loops that are $5 and $6, $7 with free shipping. You might as well just take that $5 or $6. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this nickel. Take that $5 or $6 and toss it, because you're really throwing your money away. I mean, they work okay. I'm not knocking them completely. You can. What the heck? I expected that to be a 38, a really worn 38, and it's a 62. You can see the detail on the coins, but you can't you can't expand any. I do like some of these USB microscopes, and again, I watched. I'll go. I just bought a new computer recently, and I reviewed computers for 5, 6 weeks before I got one, and I've been on computers since 1986. I had one of the first, not one of the first, but I was in the, the ground floor when computer bulletin boards came out, and I had a one phone line bulletin board in Phoenix, and that was just before well, not just before, a few years before the internet was conceived, and it was basically the same thing, a bunch of computers connected together and shared data, shared um, had message packets that you would send on down a line that weren't long distance to you to make the phone call to share that data. And then, as it crossed the states, it got further. Okay, I got one. It got further and further away to adjoining states, and it got all over the country, and eventually it went worldwide. And if for any reason you could tell me what the hell I'm talking about that for, it would be great, because I totally lost my train of thought. Because I saw this nickel and I'm thinking about something else. And I'm looking over here thinking, oh my God, I'm on the last roll and I'm so happy. Here's a nickel that's about 4% off center. And the L, the I, the B, and the E are touching the rim. It's almost, no, the L, I, and B. The E is just below the rim. L, I, and B is on the rim. The back of it is fine. None of the leathering it's not even close to being a creeper. And I'm going to toss it back in the box because it had a little mark on a little nick going across the middle of the B, so it's no good. I hope I don't find myself talking to myself when I go to bed tonight. One more box, and I'd like to get one more one more roll. Is that really true? Did anything fall over in the box? No, this is it. This is the last one. I didn't even finish this roll. Jeez. Another 41, Philadelphia. There's supposed to be errors on the 2004 too. I don't know. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what the errors are. I should know what they are. But I've been on computers since 86, and it took me 5 to 6 weeks to buy one. And I ended up buying one from a company that built it to your specifications, which I've done myself before in the past, but I didn't feel like doing it, so I ordered one from these guys, and it is a great computer. And it was under $600, and it's 3.79 megahertz, 16 gigs. Got a dedicated video card. It's only 1 gig, or 2 gigs, sorry, 2 gig. So I'll upgrade that eventually. I'm not going to find that 38 or 39 DRS, am I? No, I'm kind of upset because I really wanted one. But that's okay. 2 war nickels, 53D and AU shape. A bunch of nickels I got to check for errors, which I'm sure even if I find minor ones, I'm going to throw them back in. No, there's not going to be nothing here in the 30s. You don't have that many 30s of things to look at, do you? You only got 2 years. Look at that one for a double dome, double frame. Junk, junk, junk. It's a nice 2004. That's it. 2,000 nickels later. There's maybe 150, 170. 170 I've taken out. Maybe a little more than that. So I'm done. Hi, Tim. Tim, why are you talking to me on Facebook? If you can be on the video and talk to me over here, or maybe you are. I'm on my software. So I will say good night. I'll go through these errors tonight. I'll go through these coins with possible errors. Pull out the other ones. The only three that are really super nice are the 53 Denver, and it's got steps are pretty good on it. Two war nickels, and then I'll go through the error coins, prospective error coins. So good night. I hope you I hope you will like or share or comment or subscribe would be nice. I'm going to do one video a week with a giveaway, at least one video, probably two. It won't be major giveaways, and I'm not going to ask you for anything in return. It's just sharing the hobby. That if you like it, I'll be glad to share it with you. Tonight, I'll check the comments, and if there isn't anybody in there, I'll leave it up for a couple of days. And if the first person that will uh, make the comment of what I suggested, what I asked to comment, then that will be the first one. That will be the person that gets the nickels. I'll just need a someone to send me their PM me their address, and I'll send it out. It'll be a random war nickel and a full date buffalo, and we'll do this again in a couple of days. We'll probably do it again tomorrow. I'm assuming if they get any more nickels in. If not in a couple of days, and I'll say good night. And I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.